like just a minute, only to look up and realize an entire hour had disappeared? Maybe you wanted to check a message. Maybe you wanted to watch one quick video. Maybe you opened an app because you were bored for a few seconds. Then somehow, without even noticing, you were still scrolling long after you planned to stop. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of people experience the same thing every day. And here's the strange part. Most people think it happens because they have poor self-control. They blame themselves. They think they got distracted. But what if that's not the whole story? What if some parts of the internet are carefully designed to keep you there longer than you planned? What if one simple idea changed the internet forever and made it harder than ever to leave? Stay with me until the end of this video because you'll discover the hidden reason why your brain keeps saying, just one more scroll, even when you know you should stop. Today, when we open social media, everything feels normal. We scroll down. New content appears. We scroll again. More content appears. We keep going without thinking about it. It feels natural. It feels like the way the internet has always worked. But that wasn't always true. Years ago, websites looked very different. Back then, there were clear endings. You would read an article and reach the bottom. You would browse pictures and eventually see the last one. You would finish a page and then decide whether you wanted to click to the next page. The internet had stopping points. Those stopping points may seem small, but they were important. They gave your brain a chance to pause. They created a moment where you could think. A moment where you could decide whether you wanted to continue or do something else. Then a new idea appeared. It seemed simple. It seemed harmless. In fact, many people thought it was a great improvement. Instead of forcing users to click a button for the next page, websites could automatically load more content as people moved down the screen. The moment you reached the bottom, new content would appear. Then more content. Then even more content. There was no waiting. No clicking. No interruption. The content never seemed to end. This feature became known as infinite scroll. And although it looked like a small design change, it completely changed the relationship between people and the internet. At first, infinite scroll felt convenient. Nobody likes extra steps. Nobody likes waiting for pages to load. Everything became smoother and faster. People could move through content effortlessly. Companies loved it because users stayed longer. Users loved it because it felt easy. Everyone seemed happy. But hidden inside this simple feature was a powerful psychological effect that most people never noticed. Infinite scroll removed the natural stopping points that once existed online. Suddenly, there was no clear signal telling your brain that it was time to stop. Imagine watching a television show. At the end of an episode, the screen goes dark. Credits appear. That creates a natural pause. You have a chance to decide if you want to watch another episode. Now imagine a television show where the next episode starts instantly without asking. Before you can think, the story continues. It becomes much easier to keep watching. Infinite scroll works the same way. It removes the pause. It removes the decision point. Instead of stopping and choosing to continue, you simply continue automatically. The reason this works so well comes down to human curiosity. Human beings are naturally curious creatures. We want to know what happens next. We want to discover new things. We want surprises. Every time you scroll, your brain asks a question. What if the next post is more interesting? What if the next video is funnier? What if the next story is shocking? What if the next image teaches me something new? The answer might be waiting just one scroll away. So you keep going. This may sound harmless, But there is something much deeper happening beneath the surface. Think about fishing. Imagine standing by a lake. Most of the time, nothing happens. Then suddenly, you catch a fish. That exciting moment makes you want to cast the line again. You don't know when the next fish will come. That's what makes it exciting. The same thing happens when people scroll online. Most posts are average. Some are boring. Some are forgettable. But every now and then, you find something amazing. A hilarious video. A shocking fact. A heartwarming story. A clip you immediately send to your friends. That moment feels rewarding. Your brain likes it. And once your brain gets that reward, it wants another one. So you scroll again. And again. And again. The strange thing is that you never know when the next rewarding piece of content will appear. Maybe it's the very next post. Maybe it's 20 posts away. Maybe it's 100 posts away. Because you don't know, you keep searching. The uncertainty keeps you engaged. The possibility of finding something great keeps you moving forward. This is one reason why scrolling often feels different from other activities. When you're reading a book, you know exactly where the end is. When you're watching a movie, you know it will eventually finish. But an endless feed has no finish line. There is always another post waiting below. Always another video. Always another opinion. Always another story. Your brain never receives a signal that says, you are done. As far as your brain is concerned, there could always be something better just a few inches farther down the screen. Over time, some of the biggest companies in the world realized how powerful this idea was. Social media platforms embraced it. News websites embraced it. Entertainment platforms embraced it. The longer users stayed, the more advertisements they could see. The more advertisements they saw, the more money companies earned. In the digital world, attention became extremely valuable. Every extra minute mattered. Every extra scroll mattered. Platforms began competing to keep users engaged for longer periods of time. And the results were incredible. People started spending hours each day online. Not because they planned to. Not because they consciously chose to. It simply happened. 1 minute became 10. 10 became 30. 30 became an hour. The experience felt effortless. In many cases, people didn't even realize how much time had passed until they looked at a clock. Have you ever finished a long scrolling session and struggled to remember what you actually saw? That's because the habit isn't always about the content itself. Sometimes the scrolling becomes the activity. You're no longer looking for something specific. You're looking for the possibility of finding something interesting. The search itself becomes rewarding. Each swipe feels like opening a mystery box. Most of the time, what's inside isn't special. But every once in a while, you find something that grabs your attention. That small chance keeps you going. What makes this even more powerful is that scrolling requires almost no effort. Reading a book takes focus. Learning a skill takes energy. Exercising takes effort. Scrolling asks almost nothing from you. One finger movement is enough. The next piece of content arrives instantly. No waiting. No work. No resistance. The easier an activity becomes, the easier it is to repeat. And the easier it is to repeat, the more likely it becomes a habit. Today, billions of people live with infinite scroll as a normal part of daily life. Many have never known an internet without it. For younger generations, endless feeds feel completely natural. But once you understand what is happening behind the screen, you begin to notice it everywhere. You notice how often platforms encourage you to continue. You notice how rarely they encourage you to stop. You notice that the feed never really ends. There is always one more post, one more video, one more story, one more reason to stay. And yet, as powerful as infinite scroll is, it was only the beginning. Because companies soon discovered something even more effective than endless content. They realized that not everyone should see the same feed. What if every user received a completely different experience? What if technology could learn what you liked, what you watched, what made you laugh, what made you angry, and what kept you interested the longest? What if the internet could study your behavior and build a personalized rabbit hole designed just for you? That idea would transform the internet once again. And it would create one of the most addictive systems ever built. That's exactly where our story goes next. Have you ever noticed that two people can open the exact same app at the exact same time and see completely different things? One person sees sports clips. Another sees cooking videos.
Data analysis is crucial.
One sees funny memes.
By understanding user
Another
behavior
sees
and
news stories.
we can refine the models that
One
shape our
person
digital
gets
world.
lost watching travel content, while another spends hours watching history videos. At first, this might not seem unusual. After all, people have different interests. But if you think about it, something incredible is happening behind the scenes. The internet is not simply showing you content anymore. It is studying you. It is learning from you. And in many cases, it knows what you want to watch before you do. This brings us to one of the most addictive corners of the internet, the rabbit hole effect. The rabbit hole effect is what happens when a platform slowly pulls you deeper and deeper into content that matches your interests. You start with one video, one post, or one topic. Then the platform suggests something similar. Then something even more specific. Then something even more engaging. Before you know it, you have traveled far away from where you started. Hours have passed. And you can barely remember how you got there. The name comes from the famous story of Alice in Wonderland. Alice follows a rabbit and falls into a strange world that seems to go deeper and deeper the farther she travels. The modern internet works in a very similar way. You click on one thing, and suddenly you find yourself exploring an endless chain of connected content. Every step feels natural. Every click feels like your own choice. But behind the scenes, powerful systems are guiding that journey. Years ago, the internet worked differently. People searched for information. They typed questions into search engines. They visited websites directly. They actively looked for what they wanted. Today, many platforms do the searching for you. Instead of waiting for you to ask for something, they constantly suggest what you should watch next. They make decisions before you even realize you're making them. Imagine walking into a giant library with millions of books. Finding the perfect book would be difficult. It could take hours. Now imagine having a personal guide who follows you everywhere. The guide watches every book you pick up, every page you read, every book you ignore. After a while, the guide starts bringing books directly to you. Not random books. Books chosen specifically for your interests. That's essentially what modern algorithms do every day. An algorithm is simply a set of instructions that helps a computer make decisions. But today's recommendation algorithms are far more advanced than most people realize. They constantly collect information. They watch what you click. They measure how long you stay. They track what you like. They notice what you skip. They study what you share with friends. Every action becomes a clue. At first, the platform knows very little about you. But over time, it learns. Every click teaches it something new. Every second you spend watching content provides more information. Slowly, a picture begins to form. The platform starts understanding your habits, interests, preferences, and weaknesses. This is where things become fascinating. Let's say you watch one video about airplanes. The platform notices. It might show you another aviation video. You watch that one too. Now the platform becomes more confident. It shows you a documentary about famous plane accidents. You watch most of it. Then it recommends stories about mysterious disappearances. Then survival stories. Then engineering secrets. Before long, you've spent 2 hours inside a content category that you never planned to explore. The process feels natural because each recommendation only moves a small step from the previous one. Nothing feels forced. Nothing feels strange. The platform gently guides you deeper into topics that hold your attention. This is one reason why recommendation systems are so powerful. They remove friction. They eliminate the need to search. They eliminate the need to make decisions. Instead of asking, "What should I watch next?" the answer appears instantly. The next video is already waiting. The next post is already loaded. The next recommendation is only one tap away. For users, this feels convenient. For platforms, it is incredibly valuable. Think about what happens when you're bored. Maybe you have 10 free minutes. You open an app. The platform immediately presents content that matches your interests. Not content chosen for everyone. Content chosen for you. Something catches your attention. Then something else. Then something even better. Soon those 10 minutes become 45. This doesn't happen by accident. Modern recommendation systems are designed to maximize engagement. Their goal is often simple: keep users interested for as long as possible. To do that, they must learn what captures attention. They must discover what keeps people watching. Every recommendation becomes part of an ongoing experiment. Imagine millions of tiny experiments happening every day. The platform tests different videos, different topics, different creators, and different formats. It watches your reactions. If something works, it shows you more. If something fails, it moves on. Over time, the system becomes better and better at predicting what you will enjoy. One of the most famous examples of this is online video platforms. Many people have experienced the same strange situation. They open a video to learn one simple thing. Maybe they want to fix something around the house. Maybe they want to learn a quick fact. A few recommendations later, they're watching videos about topics they never expected to care about. Somehow the platform found a path connecting one interest to another. The scary part is how effective these systems have become. They don't just learn what you like. They learn what keeps you watching. Those are not always the same thing. Sometimes content that creates strong emotions holds attention longer than content that simply informs. Content that surprises you. Content that shocks you. Content that makes you curious. Content that makes you angry. Strong emotions often lead to longer viewing times. This creates a powerful cycle. The more time you spend on the platform, the more information it collects. The more information it collects, the better it becomes at keeping your attention. The better it becomes at keeping your attention, the more time you spend. The cycle keeps repeating. Many people believe they are fully in control during this process. And to be fair, users always make the final choice about what they watch. But the environment around those choices is carefully designed. Every recommendation is selected for a reason. Every suggested video competes for your attention. Every feed is personalized to increase the chances that you'll stay a little longer. What's remarkable is that no two rabbit holes are exactly the same. Your internet experience is different from everyone else's. The content you see reflects your behavior. Your interests shape your recommendations. Over time, platforms create a unique digital world around each user. This is why conversations about the internet can sometimes feel strange. Two people may use the same app every day but experience completely different realities. Their feeds show different stories, different creators, different opinions, different trends. The algorithm builds a personalized universe for each person. And because that universe is designed around individual interests, leaving becomes difficult. The content feels relevant. The recommendations feel accurate. The experience feels personal. Every new suggestion seems to arrive at the perfect moment. The rabbit hole effect transformed the internet. Infinite scroll removed stopping points. But recommendation algorithms removed something else, the need to search. Together, these systems created a powerful combination. Endless content plus personalized recommendations. A feed that never ends and somehow always seems to know what you want. Yet even these systems are not the deepest part of internet addiction. Because while algorithms are powerful, there is something even stronger than personalized content. Something humans have been seeking for thousands of years. Something that existed long before smartphones, websites, and social media. What keeps people coming back to the same website every single day, even when there are no exciting videos, no endless recommendations, and no flashy entertainment? Why do some people spend years in the same online spaces, talking to strangers they have never met in real life? The answer is surprisingly simple. Human beings want connection. We want to belong. We want to feel understood. And once the internet figured out how powerful that need was, it created one of the most addictive corners of the digital world, online communities. Long before social media became a giant industry, people were already gathering online. Early internet users joined forums, message boards, and chat rooms. These places were simple. There were no advanced algorithms. No short videos. No endless feeds. Just groups of people talking about shared interests. Yet many users spent hours there every day. Why? Because they found something deeper than entertainment. They found people who understood them. Think about real life for a moment. Imagine being the only person in your town who loves a certain hobby. Maybe you are fascinated by trains. Maybe you love ancient history. Maybe you enjoy collecting rare items. It can be difficult to find people who share those interests. But the internet changes everything. Suddenly, you can connect with thousands of people who enjoy the exact same thing. You no longer feel alone. You become part of a group. That feeling is incredibly powerful. Humans are social creatures. For thousands of years, survival depended on belonging to a group. Being accepted meant safety. Being rejected could be dangerous. Even though modern life is very different, our brains still care deeply about social connection. We still want approval. We still want recognition. We still want to feel like we matter to others. Online communities tap directly into those needs. At first, joining an online community seems harmless. Maybe you visit a discussion forum. Maybe you join a group dedicated to a favorite hobby. Maybe you become part of a gaming community. You read a few posts. You leave a comment. Someone replies. Another person agrees with your opinion. A small interaction takes place. It feels good. You return the next day.